What's crackin', movie trivia Schmoedown fans? It's your boy C-Dub, and today we got a singles match. The two-time former champ, Mark Yodi Reilly, taking on superstar Jeannine the Machine. These are great competitors in this league. They're both super wonderful people, but only one can emerge victorious today. I gotta back my good friend Jeannine, but it should be a good match, so let's get it started.
Congratulations to Dan Merle, you deserve that title. February 29th in Atlanta, the main event for the championship. Ben the Boss Bateman defends his title against Dangerous Dan Merle. One of the biggest fights we've had in a long, long time. Easily Ben Bateman's hardest test he's ever had. The undercard is great. Alex David, Star Wars champion, going for his first intergeekdom match ever against Emily Rose Jacobson.
So I'm coming for that belt someday.
I know what I have to do. I know how I want to end this season, so Atlanta's in my sights.
The boss! Shannon!
Hi.
Mark!
How you doing?
I'm well.
Good, good. I actually wanted to talk to you about something. I've been thinking a lot about this whole plan to kind of bury Dewberry. You've been bullying him and making him feel bad about breaking up the wild berries, acting like you're just a better competitor than him. I don't think we should do it.
Really?
Of course, we're gonna go with this plan. I mean, I came up with it. But here's what I need you to do. I need you to be meaner. I need you to go harder on him. I need you to make him cry, make him sad, destroy him from the inside out. Because I'm gonna be over here playing good cop while you're over there playing bad cop. And while I'm up there saying, oh, you know, it's fine, we're on the same team, we both know better. No, we're not. Can you do that for me?
It's not going to be difficult. I don't like him.
Great. Come on.
Gentlemen, and welcome back to the movie trivia Schmoedown. I am merely Mark Baby Carrots Ellis. The real reason you're tuning in today, sure, it's a great match between Mark Yodi Reilly and Jeannine the Machine. Emma Fife is joining me on the announcer desk.
Thank you so much, Mark. It's really great to be here. Sometimes when you tape things like a television show, they air in a weird order. So I don't know if this is the first time that you all are seeing me, but this is the first match I'm calling this year. So, let's see if I actually remember how this game is played. But
well, then I can ask you, how was your winter break? What have you been doing?
It was really great. I spent a lot of time walking around a theme park, as one does when they are employed in tourism during the holidays.
A lot of Quidditch for this one. And on that note, I still have your Gryffindor robe, but it is at the dry cleaners, and it is coming back to you momentarily as we get into this match here. Schmoedown 2020, we knew it was going to be all different. We knew it was going to be all new. It's called the New Era. Factions, such an important part. Managers, such a crucial part of the game now. With Jeannine the Machine, she's represented by Sam Levine and the usual suspects, and going up against Mark Reilly. And he's part of the Finstock Exchange, and they seem to be on a hot highway train that is just cruising through the Schmoedown right now.
It's true. I mean, the Finstock Exchange, formerly the Horsemen, they finished so strong last year.
Yep.
Kicked off this year super strong with Dan Merle winning in that three-way #1 contender match. So there is definitely a level of, are they unstoppable? However, you look at Mark Reilly, who's the boss, is performing extremely well. Mark Reilly had a little bit of a rough end to last year. He got eliminated in the first round of the singles tournament, so he actually really has quite a lot to prove, I think, going into this match.
That's right. I mean, there's a reason why we call it the Yodi Award. Mark Reilly, an all-time legend of the game, its first great competitor, but he's 10-7 lifetime, and you stack that up against Jeannine the Machine, who's not competed nearly as much as Mark Reilly has. Barely anybody has. She is 3-5, and she finds herself in a position right now, if she gets a win over a legend like Mark Reilly, over a faction like the Finstock Exchange, that could pay huge dividends both for her career and this season, and then also for the usual suspects.
Absolutely. Jeannine is one of those competitors who I think everyone is waiting for her to really come into her own, and as you say, if she beats Reilly today, that could really solidify her place as one of the greatest up-and-coming competitors in the Schmoedown League. And it'll be interesting to see how she performs today as well, considering that in her entire career in the Schmoedown, Jeannine has always been represented by Jay Washington as a manager. And this is the first time that she's going to be stepping out with Sam Levine instead. So it'll be interesting to see what that kind of mentorship and leadership does for Jeannine as a competitor.
That's a great point. For Mark Reilly, it's the same old crew. It's just the scrubbing of the name off and putting another name on. But for Jeannine, it's a totally different maybe style of play. But once they get underneath the white-hot spotlight, it's one-on-one. Both of them know how to get a W in this league. And they're two people that I really enjoy. So let's see what they had to say pre-match.
Idiots. You have all made a dreadful mistake and allowed me to snatch out from the rest of you, Jeannine the Machine!
Jeannine's been somebody who I've had my eye on this entire season.
It is a crime. It is a crime. Their idiocy, their crime is the usual suspects. Bless them.
The Finstock 5, whatever they're calling themselves. I mean, Reilly does deserve some respect, but I mean, I gotta put him down today.
New year, new Reilly.
Drew Guy, McWeeny, we got Bateman and Reilly walking off here.
I'm pissed. What can I say? I don't like this. I don't like losing. If anybody wants to check stats here, Merle, Bateman, Reilly, Roca, or should I say Roca, Merle, Bateman, Reilly. Every one of those guys has held a belt before. Some numerous times. Yeah. We're the best faction that ever was created. And that ever will be created. And the new Mark Reilly is coming for that belt again.
He deserved respect a few years ago, maybe, but the Reilly you're playing today, this guy's a has-been.
I mean, I was being kind.
No, I'm not going to be kind because I'm your manager. I mean, look, it's just the way it is. Reilly, you're done. Andrew Guy represented the suspects in New York, took down Robert Meyer Burnett, and you are going to be representing the suspects today. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm gonna take down another champ for our faction. So, I mean, let's do it. Let's do the damn thing.
There is no one whose corner I would rather be cheering on, watching kick all the ass than you, Jeannine the Machine. Season 7, the new era, belongs to you.
Jeannine the Machine is one of the top-tier players out there. But she's beatable, and I got something to prove. That's right, I do. You're going to be in for something new, something exciting. Reilly's coming in hot.
Emma, I'm getting a lot of rebirth, confidence. I'm getting a lot of, hey, it's 2020, it's a brand new season, we can do anything, it's all possible in 2020.
Yeah, I think on the part of both of these competitors, this is going to be a great matchup today, one way or another. And to see both of them coming at it with such sort of renewed vigor for what they're going to be able to bring to the Schmoedown this season and how they're going to continue to climb up through the ranks and be the stars that we know they're meant to be. I'm looking forward to it.
A lot of gusto, a lot of panache, and just a little bit of chest chest hair. Sorry, kids. As we look at the tail of the tape here, Jeannine the Machine. What is she good at? You know she loves her rom-coms as well as new releases. And with Mark Yodi Reilly, of course, he is a big fantasy sci-fi fan, and he knows his way around horror, too. I believe he has a YouTube show where he talks about that. So, Emma, I think that I'm prepared, ready to go. I got the stats in front of me. I got the questions. I have you alongside, so I'm feeling pretty good.
I'm feeling pretty good too. I think I'm ready to do this.
Then it's time for the movie trivia Schmoedown! And I get to do the introduction, so I get to yell.
Yeah, now you get to keep yelling.
Introducing first, with a record of 3 wins, 5 defeats, representing the usual suspects, led to the ring by her manager, Sam Levine, it's Jeannine the Machine! Cameron Rice, fellow faction member.
Many people out there watching the Outlaw documentary, they were surprised to find out that Jeannine's last name is not, in fact, actually the Machine.
She is not actually a machine. You just think she could be sometimes with all the correct answers, walking right up to the camera, staring down everybody watching and letting them know, I am here and I am here to stay. And I might in fact be a robot.
Maybe.
We're not really
The name
sure.
implies possibly, but I think that she is a woman and she is ready to do some damage today.
I'll meet you in the middle and say humanoid, possible cyborg, possible person.
Okay.
And her opponent, with a record of 10 wins, 7 defeats, representing the Finstock Exchange, led to the ring by his manager, Bobby Gucci. It's Mark Yodi Reilly. Okay, that's Tom. We know that's the Barbarian. That is Dan Merle, and there's Mark Reilly.
That's a new jacket,
I was going to ask you, is that the same Superman jacket with the fresh coat of paint?
No.
Look at that.
Wow. And there goes the glass. Now he's gone from Clark Kent to Superman.
Oh, that's the glasses.
Yeah, the
I thought he was like our beloved
No, and then
Commissioner
on go the sunglasses. I thought we'd outlawed those this season. I thought
I tried to make a rule.
no more
on
sunglasses
stage.
inside.
I had the power of the main room flowing through
Yep.
the award ceremony. Didn't
Didn't
take,
work.
so.
Yep, clearly didn't come through.
And everybody's wearing sunglasses. A nice, classy handshake between Sam Levine and Gucci.
Yep.
There is Mark Reilly, and a nice handshake between the competitors as well.
Look at this jacket.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Dagnino said something into the
It's
microphone.
it, but he doesn't really open his mouth when he speaks, so it was
Bobby Gucci hit
difficult
my
to
car on
understand.
the way into the show today.
That
We're apologizing about that. We
Not
did
at all.
file an insurance claim, just so you know.
Like he has insurance?
Yeah. I'm gonna say that Sam is telling a lie because there's no way Bobby Gucci could have hit his car because Tom Dagnino, currently not owning a car,
Yeah.
and does not have a driver's
Arrived
license.
here on a unicycle, I believe.
He might have hit him one of those big early 1900 weightlifter unicycles. So now we have Mark Yodi Reilly seated. Is that in fact a new Superman jacket?
I'm sorry? It's just, my jacket.
All right.
Okay.
Matthew Kearns has another jacket to buy when he cosplays as
Yeah.
Mark Reilly in New York City later this year. Jeannine, are you feeling good and prepared, ready to go?
I am ready to go.
All right, the rules of round number 1. In round 1, the field of competitors is going to hear 8 questions from 8 different corners of movie, trivia, Schmoedown, know-how. Bless you. Each question is worth 1 point. There's no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing in round number 1. As soon as myself or Emma asks a question, you have about 15 seconds to get the correct answer. As soon as we ask you by name to reveal the answer, please show your own on the whiteboard at the same time you verbalize it into the microphone. I'll remind each competitor of your 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the duration of the match. If you aren't sure you heard a question right, you want us to repeat it, you just want to buy yourself more time, use the JTE rule. You also each have 1 challenge to be administered by your manager at any point throughout the 3-round match. Mark Reilly, do you understand the rules as I have read them here today?
I understand.
And Jeannine, do you understand the rules as I have just read them with no teleprompter whatsoever?
It computes.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown! Here we go. Kicking off in round number 1. Your first question. It's going to be in the world of action-adventure movies. Action-adventure films, and the question: who plays a train hijacker called Ryder in 2009's The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3? Never been sure if you say 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3.
123. I think it's
John
1, 2, 3.
Travolta.
12,
Well,
3.
it's also like a convenient sort of nomenclature, numbering
Yeah,
of
but why
the
the
train.
big words?
I don't
Four.
know. It just, I like to show off that I've read the
3.
dictionary.
2. You hit me with nomenclature. 1, pens down. Mark Reilly, your answer.
John Leguizamo.
That is incorrect. Does Jeannine have it?
Ethan Hawke?
Looking for John Travolta.
Travolta. So
Sandy.
no perfect round ones to happen today, but that's okay. We're just
That's
getting in
okay.
now to question number 2. Question number 2 in the category of rom-coms, romantic comedies. What 2018 romantic comedy stars Constance Wu, Henry Golding, and Aquafina?
See if they
Who's
get this.
not a water bottle. That's Aquafina's a person.
I like her show on Comedy Central.
Oh, Nora from Queens.
Very, very funny. Yeah.
She's good. She's talented.
I'm
That
digging
Nora
it.
from
I'm a big
Queens.
fan. 5, 4,
I can't
3,
remember the name.
2, 1. Pens down. Jeannine.
Crazy Rich Asians.
It is Crazy Rich Asians. Does Mark Riley have it?
No, I didn't have it.
He does not have it. So Mark Riley still shaking that rust off from last season. And we go to your third question, round number 1, dramas. And your question. Who stars as the pacifist Desmond Doss in 2016's Hacksaw Ridge?
Hacksaw Ridge just made me think. Did you ever read the book Hatchet?
One of my favorite
Do you
actors.
think I read the book?
Andrew
Hatchet?
No.
Garfield.
Probably
I read
not.
Maniac McGee.
Okay.
I read Where the Red Fern Grows.
Yeah.
5, 4. Jonathan Livingston Seagull. 3,
Yep.
2, 1. Pens down, and that's it. Mark Riley.
Andrew Garfield.
That is correct, and Mark Riley's on the board. Jeannine the Machine.
Help him get one more. Andrew Garfield.
Okay. 2 to 1.
Excellent. All right. Next category. Question number 4 category is animated. Who composed the score for Up?
Oh.
One of the saddest children's movies of all time.
God, if you're a parent at home and you have not yet shown that to your kids, show them the movie in its entirety minus the first 5 minutes.
Minus the first 5 minutes. Just-
Dear
yeah,
God.
just
5.
Michael Giacchino.
I'd rather read Hatchet. 3, 2, 1. Pens down, Jeannine.
Michael Giacchino?
It is Michael Giacchino. Does Mark Riley have it?
Michael Giacchino.
He likes his scores and soundtracks.
He knows his scores and soundtracks, and he proves that here today.
Your next category is in the world of fantasy sci-fi. Fantasy science fiction. The question: Hugh Jackman and Sigourney Weaver were directed by Neil Blomkamp in what 2015 sci-fi movie? I think it's actually more like Blomkamp.
Blomkamp?
Blomkamp,
Blomkamp?
South African.
Yeah.
I really like that guy as a director.
I do too.
I think. Where's the next one?
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Going to Mark Riley first.
Chappie.
It is Chappie. Does Jeannine have it?
Don't have it.
And we are tied
Tied
at
up.
3.
All right. Question number 6 in the category of comedies. There it is. I was waiting for it, and it happened. Which SNL actress co-starred with Mila Kunis in The Spy Who Dumped Me?
I think that'd be like kind of like a living hell dating a spy, right?
It would be pretty terrible, Dave. I mean,
Yeah.
because this is the
Kate
thing: is you want open
McKinnon.
communicationship in a relationship. Like
Their
that's
job is to lie.
literally their job is to lie. I also think I said communicationship, which is
3,
not a word.
2. You nomenclatured yourself out of that one.
Repeat the question.
We can do that.
Okay, category of comedies. Which SNL actress co-starred with Mila Kunis in The Spy Who Dumped Me?
You know, on the positive side of the dating a spy ledger,
Yes.
they're on the road a lot, so you get a lot of time to yourself, which you know is
that,
important
listen,
to me.
I get that. That is a positive.
I need my isolation.
Yeah, but I mean, if
I
I've
enjoy
learned
my time
anything-
with you on the desk, and then I want to be by myself. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Going to Jeannine first.
Kate McKinnon?
It is Kate
Correct.
McKinnon.
Couldn't pull it.
Mark Riley
Okay.
could not pull it. It is 4-3. Maybe more of a defensive struggle than we thought it would be here in round number 1 as we move to your penultimate question in round number 1. This is question 7 in the world of horror/thriller. And the question is, who played Norman Bates in Psycho 2 and Psycho 3?
Psycho is one of those ones that, I don't know if I really needed sequels.
Were we
to-
asking
to
for a
Psycho?
sequel?
Yeah.
Unlike the Jaws movies, which I
We
love
needed
each and
every
five.
Jaws sequel is
4,
just gold.
2, 1. Pens down. Going to you first, Mark Reilly.
Anthony Perkins.
It is Anthony Perkins. Does Jeannine have it?
Anthony Perkins.
Yes, she does.
Tried to mislead him there by not
Kinda.
including the first Psycho
You
film. But
writers.
turns out Reilly and Jeannine smarter than the writers think,
Rascals.
maybe. I don't know. Moving on to your final question. In round number 1, category is 80s movies. Which actor plays Willie Mays Hayes in Major League?
All right. If I told him once, I told him 1,000 times. Christian Harloff, stop writing questions.
If
Wesley
Christian Harloff
Snipes.
was the person writing the question, it would mostly be questions about Major
Go
League.
back and watch season 1 of the show. 5, 4,
There's a whole category that's just Point Break.
2, 1. Pens down. Jeannine, did you have it?
Wesley Snipes.
Yes, she did. Mark Reilly.
Wesley Snipes.
All right.
All right, so both competitors kicking it into gear late in round number 1. Emma, 6-5, a very respectable score.
Very respectable.
After
Absolutely.
some early stumbles, so now we move into round 2, and if they can spin a category that they're both comfortable with, I think you're going to start to see the points flying.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at this point, it is still truly anybody's game. But I have to say that round 1 performance from Jeannine, I feel like I'm seeing some newfound confidence there that has always been on the cusp, but she's not messing around today.
Newfound confidence, and then a little bit of rust on the other side, or maybe just breaking in that new Superman jacket. Mark Reilly, Jeannine the Machine, it is the wheel round. Now, this wheel is sponsored today, so the wheel has a sponsored slice on it by our Schmoedown patron. How about a hand for our movie trivia Schmoedown Patreon members real quick? Give them a big hand. And thank you for all your help with that, Emma.
You're very welcome.
Today's sponsored slice is the 2010s. So if either competitor spins and keeps the 2010 wedge, we're going to say the name of that patron. Thank you for all your patronage. As it stands, whatever slice that you eventually land on, you're going to hear 4 questions from that corner of Movie Trivia Schmoedown Know-How. Each question's worth 2 points. If you're not sure the answer, ask us for multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer. At that point, the value of the question goes down to 1. Keep in mind, stealing is available in round number 2. So Jeannine, you are sitting in the lower ranked chair. However, you do find yourself enjoying a 1-point lead over Mark Yodi Reilly. Would you like to spin first or defer to your jacketed opponent?
I will go first.
Jeannine's going to go ahead and give that a spin. Early in the season, that seems to be what competitors like doing, is spinning and trying to get that big lead.
Yep.
The scoreboard intimidation factor, is it real?
Yeah, I think the scoreboard intimidation factor is very real. I know for myself, the few times that I have played, I did like to go first because I liked to know where I stood instead of trying to make up a deficit.
I just liked being on the desk. I mean this desk.
That's
This is
not
a lot
that one.
easier.
Yeah. I like this better too.
Kate Winslet is the wedge, and she's going to talk it over with the usual suspect there, Sam. With Kate Winslet movies,
She's done a broad range of films.
and it is going to be a spin again. So,
Yeah, all right.
but I will say, I'll go on record and say this: if it comes around and it is Kate Winslet again, I don't think Jeannine's going to bat an eye. I think she'll be just fine.
Yeah,
with the
I think she'll be
category.
fine with Kate Winslet. I mean, certainly she's got a lot of
DiCaprio.
sort of
And it is Leo DiCaprio.
Leonardo DiCaprio and
You heard the dog bark. That means there's 2 minutes left. So we got to get through this quick.
All right.
All right, so Jeannine, you have spun Leonardo DiCaprio. He is an actor of some note, and I'm going to be asking you your questions. Mark, Reilly, Emma will be asking you your series of questions. Jeannine, you're first of 4 in the world of Leonardo DiCaprio. Who directed Leo DiCaprio in the film The Beach?
Danny Boyle.
That is correct. That is correct. And we move on to your next question. Who stars as Helen Gandy in Clint Eastwood's J. Edgar?
Multiple choice.
Is it A. Nicole Kidman, B. Naomi Watts, C. Sienna Miller, or D. Rachel Weisz?
Naomi Watts.
Sienna Miller.
That is incorrect for a 1-point steal round. I'm going to give you your options. Is it A. Nicole Kidman, B.
Naomi
Naomi
Watts.
Watts, C. Sienna Miller, or D. Rachel Weisz?
Rachel Weisz.
Looking for Naomi Watts. Naomi Watts is the answer. So it remains 8-5. 2 more questions. Reminder, each competitor, you still have your phone and dog if you're not sure of the answer. Jeannine, your penultimate question in the world of Leo DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio plays a character by the name of Hugh Glass in what 2015 film?
The Revenant.
2 points for Jeannine. And she's into double figures and still has a question remaining. And your final one in the world of Leo. The 2002 drama Catch Me If You Can earned 2 Oscar nominations. Which actor was nominated in the supporting actor category?
Tom Hanks.
That is incorrect. For a 2-point steal, I may not provide multiple choice. 5, 4.
Charlie
3,
Sheen? Martin
2.
Sheen?
Christopher Walken.
That's a big 2-point
steal.
steal
Yeah.
for Mark Reilly. And I'm kind of shaking my head myself. Walken's always great, but
Sure,
he's in the
but
movie for like a
it's-
dinner scene.
Truly.
Wow.
I guess, he just cut up his peas and carrots with the best of them or something to just really earn that nomination
Tom
there.
Hanks' Boston accent not cool with the Academy.
Oh,
As we move on to Mark Yodi Reilly, nice steal there. So it is 10-7. Jeannine still in the lead by 3 points, but you have a chance to change that at the wheel. Step up to the plate, young man.
Question is, can he extend his arm in that new stiff leather jacket to actually spin the wheel?
Those leather jackets, I've worn a few in my day. They
you
take
gotta
some
break them
breaking
in. You gotta break them in.
Easier, I will say, than leather pants,
Yeah.
which I've been in once in my life, and I swore, Emma, I'm never going back. I'm keeping the sweatpants. I'll take a nice denim break-in over leather pants any day. Round and round it goes.
There it is.
Will it be the dance film craze? Ooh, he spun horror movies, Emma, and
I
I
have
think
a feeling he's probably gonna keep it.
he's talking it over with his manager. His manager who is
He is gonna
not
keep it.
wearing socks or
All
cannot
right.
afford them. He's going
Here
to
we
keep
go.
horror movies.
All right. Mark Reilly, you have spun and selected to stay with the category of horror films. So 4 questions in the category of horror. First question. Who directed the 2014 mockumentary horror comedy
Waititi.
What We Do in the Shadows?
Taika Waititi.
That is correct for 2 points.
All right, if Reilly pulls within 1, he can take the lead on this next question.
All right. Question number 2. What film follows 4 teenage witches named
The Craft.
Sarah, Nancy, Bonnie, and Rochelle?
The Craft.
The Craft.
That is correct for 2 points.
He knows his horror films. He's taking the lead over
He
Jeannine.
absolutely does. Question number 3. Ash Williams was a student at what university in the Evil Dead franchise?
Five, 4, 3, 2.
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Arizona State University, B, Ohio State, C, Michigan State University,
Kentucky.
or D, Kentucky?
Kentucky.
Michigan State.
That is correct for 1 point.
It's a big get right there.
Was also Kentucky, just the state of Kentucky.
Just the state of
Just the
Kentucky.
state of Kentucky.
Going up against Michigan State University, of course, where Christian Harloff attended school.
All right. Your final question in the category of horror. What is the name of the demons in Hellraiser?
I know
The
this.
Cenobites.
That is correct for 2 points.
Wow. That sounds like the name of a fledgling movie podcast, but it is actually the correct answer
It
for
does.
the demon
It also
in
sounds
Hellraiser.
a little bit like a delicious treat you might eat in the morning.
Hey, you want some Cenobites?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're one step above bagel bites.
Cenobites for breakfast.
Well, Reilly enjoyed a Cenobite on the way to a 4-point lead over Jeannine the Machine heading into round at number 3. So after round number 1, Jeannine was in control. Round number 2, Reilly has a 4-point lead. Who's going to take the match? Round 3 is going to determine that. The rules of round 3 are as such. Each competitor is going to give us 3 numbers. These numbers can range from 1 to 20. Each number corresponds to a different corner of movie, trivia, Schmoedown, know-how. The first question we ask you is worth 2 points. Your next one, 3 points. The last one, 5 points. Mark Reilly, you are in the lead, and so you can give us your 3 numbers first. What feels lucky on this lovely day?
7, 19, and 12.
7, 19, and 12. 2 odds, 1 even. Jeannine, what do you like?
3, 6, and 9.
3, 6, and 9. Jeannine, I'll be asking you your questions. Emma's going to be asking Mark his questions. Keep in mind there's no stealing or multiple choice in round 3. Jeannine?
Still can phone a dog.
You can still phone a dog. Jeannine, you selected number 3 for your 2-point question, and that corresponds to new releases. And your question. For 2 points. What 2019 horror thriller stars Elizabeth Banks and was produced by James Gunn?
Brightburn.
2 points for Jeannine. Tough 2-point question. She got it. And we're going to sit with Jeannine for her 3-point question. Jeannine, if you get this right, you're going to enjoy a 1-point lead over Mark Reilly and avoid the technical knockout. You selected number 6, and that corresponds to fantasy science fiction. And your question. What 80s sci-fi epic was directed by David Lynch and stars Kyle MacLachlan, Max von Sydow, Patrick Stewart, and Sting?
Dune? Dune.
Five, 4, 3.
Repeat the question.
I can certainly do that. In the world of fantasy sci-fi, what 80s sci-fi epic was directed by David Lynch and stars Kyle MacLachlan,
know. I
Max
don't
von
get
Sydow,
Dune.
Patrick Stewart, and Sting?
And the answer in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Looking for Dune.
Dune.
Dune. It's a very sandy movie.
Parts of it.
Now we move. I've never seen it. So now we move to 9
Me neither,
is
Alex.
the number that Jeannine selected for your 5-point question. If Jeannine hits this, she's up 17-14 and forces the hand of Mark Reilly to answer 2 questions correct,
At least 2.
or maybe 1 depending on.
Nah, that's true.
Jeannine, you selected comic book movies for your 5-point question, and that question is. Who voices Miles' father, Jefferson, in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse?
Samuel Jackson.
4,
I don't remember.
3, 2, 1.
Repeat.
Who voices Miles' father, Jefferson, in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse? She has 1 JTE rule.
1 left.
I don't think it's Samuel.
5, 4, 3.
Repeat.
Last repeat, here we go. Who voices Miles' father, Jefferson, in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse?
Samuel Jackson. I can't remember.
Need an answer in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Guy from Atlanta.
And your winner, Mark Yodi Reilly! Brian Tyree Henry. Brian Tyree Henry is the answer. That is a technical knockout for Mark Reilly. TKO.
It's true. Well, you know, sometimes things just really work out in your favor. And Mark Reilly spun a category that he's really strong in, and then Jeannine picked some categories that she maybe struggles with going into round 3. So it's, you know, it's all part of the game.
It's a tough pull, and Mark Reilly spinning horror movies. I think that's really when it turned, because look, at the end of round 1, middle of round 1, we were like, what's happening with this Reilly guy? This dinosaur needs to be put out to the pasture. And then he starts to get his last couple correct. He's feeling it, and then he spins horror movies, and that's what we talked about going into round number 2, how important a good wheel spin is. And I think that momentum carried him through the rest of the match.
I absolutely agree. I also really think it's very charming, the idea of dinosaur pastures, as you implied, by putting a dinosaur out to pasture.
They go to become fossil fuel.
It's like to become fossil fuel. It's like a nice version of Jurassic Park. I think that's what they wanted, was just pastures full of dinosaurs for people to enjoy looking at.
They once roamed the earth, and now they help gas up my Ford Fusion.
But it sounds like, you know, perhaps the dinosaurs they're coming back with a vengeance here in the movie Trivia Schmoedown.
Hey, we have found Isla Nebular, and that is where the Finstock Exchange probably has a lot of offshore counts. Tom Dagnino is the manager, or Bobby Gucci, or Finstock, or however you want to call it.
Whatever his name is these days.
It's a big faction because you have obviously the remnants of the Horsemen. You have him leading the whole thing.
Yeah.
But this was a big win for Mark Reilly.
It definitely
because he's
was.
standing amongst champions. Him himself a former champion.
Yeah.
But this was a big necessary win for him early in the new era. And now we're going to turn it over to what I'm sure is a very jovial Finstock exchange. Jen Sturger, are they popping champagne over there yet?
No, but we're popping collars, unfortunately. Every time I see you, I feel like you have less and less clothes on. You've got to be feeling pretty good though about the Finstock exchange right now.
Four-time manager year sounds pretty good right now. Look, this is the new Mark Reilly here. He's got a new jacket. He's got new glasses. He's got same hair. Look, you know, we came in here. He knows his whole career is on the line here. He knows it. He's a veteran. He's a champion. He had to dig himself out of a hole from the Stacey Howard loss, and that's exactly what he did here. I mean, like I said, and I'll say it again, people are good, but we're great.
Riley, yeah, exactly. What more can you say? No, just a mic drop. It was really good seeing you back in action today, and I know that you kind of fell into a groove once you spun horror, right?
Yeah, that was my saving grace there. Definitely had some rust on there, and that upset me that first round. There were some questions, there's some points I left on that table there, and that just gets to me right now. But this rust has been knocked off. I got a strength in horror, and then I just had to let it be one question at a time. Look at that, it pulled out. Jeannine the Machine is one of the greats here, and I know she might be kicking herself right now, but she keeps her head up. She's going to be dangerous in this league, but I got nothing but respect. I am surrounded by my boys right here. They all have gold. They all have wins. And a lot of y'all counted maybe me out. Maybe I'm too old. Maybe I'm over the hill. All these things. Well, guess what? Don't count me out. Rust is gone. I can't wait to continue to win.
Absolutely. You mentioned that he bounced back from that Stacey Howard loss. Was it great watching Reilly get back out there and just whoop some ass today?
Listen, the Finstock exchange comes with it now. Every match. We understand the game more than anyone else in this league. We ride out a tough first round. We know we can all turn around the second round. Reilly would have normally gotten into his head, maybe fallen apart, got a little nervous, whatever, kept it together, had that big 2-point steal, and then spun horror. You never know how the game can take care of you in that second round. You got to have faith, and he has that faith now, and I love seeing it.
Absolutely. And Dan, I'm sure you guys must be feeling a little bit nervous though with all this gold. It's kind of like leaving some expensive stuff in your car at this point, right? Especially with this guy around.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, and the fact of the matter is that, you know, I think we're pretty likable guys, but if you got the gold, people are coming after you. Yeah. That's just how it goes. And I've got a tough challenge on my hands coming up. John and I have got a tough challenge, whoever we end up playing on our hands coming up. I think that's, you know, people make fun of our veteran status. Perhaps we're a little longer in the tooth than some of these factions, but I think our advantage is we've been in these high-pressure situations. We've been in situations, Mark was playing from behind after round one. I was playing from behind after round one in my last match. Yeah. It helps to have a few losses and wins under your belt in those situations to know how to deal with them. So I think we can work that to our advantage.
And being longer in a tooth just means you can bite deeper into somebody. That's what that means. It doesn't mean we're out.
Oh, taking them to church as usual, Roca. So, congratulations. It's so great to see the Finstock exchange absolutely thriving right now. Like I said, you got your veterans, long in the tooth and whatnot, new talent that's on the rise here. This may be another year for Bobby Gucci, as much as it pains me to say that.
Well, when our back's against the wall, you know, we come out swinging, like any champions do. I mean, look, you know, the four best players in the league here, Roca, Reilly, Merle, Bateman, all have held championship belts before. You know, look, and like I said earlier in the pre-interview, you know, you look at, on a clear day, you see the ocean, you could look for 8 miles, all right? On a clear day, I see the Schmoedown. And guess what I see? Just ourselves looking back at each other at the finish line.
And on a clear day, I just see way too much chest hair. Anyways, back to you guys.
So that's probably my fault, Jen. Emma, I'm not sure if...
I was on board with Dan Merle saying, that the experience really counts for something.
That was nice.
Roca brings in some weird science about long teeth and
bite.
Then whatever.
And then the metaphor with the ocean.
Gucci was doing.
Leave a trail of breadcrumbs next time.
Yeah.
Very confusing stuff.
Yeah.
But hey, they did get the win and more points for their faction. So as much as it may pain Jen to have to keep interviewing them as the winner, the Finstock Exchange is thriving right now.
It just keeps going.
And when you look at the usual suspects, I think, look, it's still a very young season. It's a tough loss for Jeannine early, but we are going to toss over to them. Jen, you're currently standing by with Jeannine the Machine. How's she taking the defeat?
There's not a whole lot of smiles back here. Jeannine, I know that you're probably beating yourself up a lot more than we can even imagine right now, just because you are one of the most competitive players in this league right now, and a force to be reckoned with. I saw you beating yourself up backstage, kind of like you knew some of those answers, and they just couldn't come to you out there tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's been the whole thing that I'm going to have a big year this year, so there was a lot of pressure on me to do well today. And there were some that, I thought maybe I should go to multiple choice, but I'm just going to go for it and go for the 2 points, like the Tom Hanks thing. I just didn't have it today.
Yeah. Spinning away from Kate Winslet, landing on Leonardo DiCaprio, it just seems like you were going to be sunk by the Titanic no matter what.
Yeah, I prepared for some things that I knew I could kill, and it just didn't go my way today with the wheel. But, I fought my hardest, as I always do.
What's it been like having this guy in your corner over here?
Oh, he's great. Been in constant contact since the draft, so I've had that support, really helping me study and really hone in on my weaknesses, and I'm only going to get stronger. So.
Sam, was there stuff out there that you saw today that you guys think that you can move forward and learn from? I mean, how are you feeling after watching Jeannine's match?
Everything I saw today only makes me more proud than I was before. I mean, what she did in round one, to finish round one with a lead against a giant like Mark Reilly, I am confident that if she were to play an Iron Man match against him, she's going to walk away the winner, because that's the true test of knowledge. What happened today was she was a victim of bad luck. She didn't have a great spin on the wheel. He had a perfect spin on the wheel, landed on his strength. She got unlucky with her numbers, and we both know her favorite David Lynch movie is Eraserhead. So if they'd asked questions about that, she'd have been fine. But it was just bad luck, but I know that she has the knowledge, I know that she's got the skill, and I know how much she puts into this game. And here's the thing, she's not just a great player, she's also a beloved player. I know the fans love Jeannine the Machine like I love Jeannine the Machine, and I know that this loss is maybe making them think, oh, we're not going to see her soon, but they are going to see her again soon. The fans have to tell this league they want to see Jeannine in more matches, and I'm telling the fans, tell the league, you want to see this woman in more matches like I want to see her in more matches, because she deserves more matches. She got unlucky today, but she has the skill and the talent to be here.
That Iron Man compliment, honestly, coming from you is really, really high praise. Does that mean that you are really expecting to see a great performance from Jeannine when maybe free-for-all rolls around?
You bet your bottom. I'm expecting to see a great performance when the free-for-all rolls around.
Jeannine, the minute you believe in yourself as much as these guys believe in you, you're going to be unstoppable.
Thank you. I got texts and messages from my whole faction today wishing me well, so I'm in the right place.
Absolutely are. Back to you guys.
That's a nice interview to see.
It really is.
You take a shot, but you still, in some ways, a loss can strengthen the resolve of a faction and bring them closer together.
Absolutely. And I think, there's something I want to address that Jeannine was saying about the idea of having this tremendous amount of pressure put on you to win. And I know what that feels like, because when you are really beloved, a lot of the time it feels like everybody out there, because they are rooting for you, they are rooting for you to win. And yes, on some level they are rooting for you to win, but ultimately what it comes down to is that they adore Jeannine. Like Sam said, people want to see Jeannine play, because not only is she a great competitor, she's a great personality, she's great on camera, she's somebody that we want around at the Schmoedown. And yes, Jeannine, people out there are rooting for you, but you're not letting anybody down when you lose.
And when you start to think about, I love Jen's question about the free-for-all, because you just start thinking about, okay, well, who's somebody that maybe could do something like what we saw William Bibbiani do last year, or what the kid did last year? Don't count out Jeannine the Machine playing that role this year at the free-for-all.
Absolutely. And as Jen said, as soon as She believes in herself the way that her manager Sam believes in her, the way that her faction mate who we saw there on camera with her, Cameron Rice, believes in her, the way that everyone out there watching the Schmoedown believes in Jeannine. She really could do it.
That's right, and maybe she gets more wins this season. Mark Reilly, if he wants more wins, apparently he's going to have to buy a new Superman jacket for $500 every time he wants a W. He does take the victory here today, and I feel like a winner myself getting to call the match with a tremendous talent like Miss Emma Fife. Emma, what's the latest? Where can all the kids follow you in all your endeavors?
I mean, I am all over the internet wherever Emma Fifes are sold at my name, Emma Fife. So find me there. I got a website, emmafife.com. If it's branded Emma Fife and it's a blonde girl with glasses, it's probably me.
And she's not a bad neighbor to have either. I am Mark Baby Carrots Ellis for all live events, including the free-for-all in March. Check out the Schmoedownlive.com. Grab your tickets before they sell out. Thank you all for tuning in on behalf of Emma Fife and Christian Harloff. I'm Mark Ellis. Thanks for supporting our Patreon, and we'll see you next time on the movie Trivia Schmoedown.
Well, it's a good match. Congrats to Reilly. Good victory for you. Big win for the Finstock Exchange. Next weekend, Bateman and Merle. That's going to be a clash of titans. And Jeannine, Sam's right. You're great for the Schmoedown. You're a great person. You try really hard. And you're on the cusp. You're right on the precipice of greatness. You're going to get there. You're going to climb that mountaintop. I really believe that. People can say what they want, but you're a great competitor. If you like my reactions, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Christopher Woodburn. You can find me on Twitter, Chris Woodburn83, Facebook, Christopher Michael Woodburn. So until next time, Mr. Boy C-Dub, peace.